Hi Year 10 and welcome to another biology lesson. Today we are looking at physical and chemical barriers. So do it now, Tassamai daily task. If you're still struggling with Tassamai, just do a quick 5 or 10 minutes revision of all the topics you've done this year, or just pick one. And the second thing I want to know is, what have you done this week to stay healthy and not catch a virus? So get ready, pause the video and do it now. Hi there, Year 10. So before we start to talk about things which stop us from getting ill, let's look at how we can get ill. Hopefully you've all been doing things like washing your hands and not going out and wearing a face mask to keep you safe. So last week we set up this, and I put my dirty hand onto a piece of bread, and let's see what's grown. So as you can see, my hand has been a little bit dirty because we've got all these colonies growing. You can't see viruses on here, by the way, only bacteria or fungus. And these all look like bacterial colonies growing. So I had a few bacteria on my hands. Don't worry, the kitchen has been bleached a couple of times since we did that, because I do keep a fairly clean kitchen. So that was my dirty hand. Now, let's take a look and compare it to the clean hand. So this is after I washed my hands. Now I hadn't been doing anything too dirty with this one, and it was still a little bit bacterial. This one, you can't see, I don't think. Let's take a look. Oh no, a tiny, tiny little colony growing there. So we've got a mixture of two different types of bacteria on here, one blue, one black. And we've only got a tiny little black one growing on here. So that shows that washing your hands gets rid of pathogens. Okay, that's great. I'm now going to throw these away without opening them because I don't want any infections. Okay, so how do we not get ill? How do we stop pathogens from getting into our bodies? The first and most obvious one is we've got a barrier all around us, and that's our skin. So we've got some lovely, beautiful skin, and that's stopping all the bacteria and fungus and everything that's all around us most of the time, let's be honest, from getting in. Problem is I don't think I've got any scratches on me at the moment, but if you get a cut on your hand, things can get in. And we're going to look at what happens then next lesson. So our skin is a nice barrier to stop us from getting ill. What else do we have? We've got an enzyme called a lysosome. Now, do you remember about enzymes? We did them quite a little while ago, about a year ago actually, and you didn't do them with me. So hope you remember about enzymes. And these little enzymes, these lysosomes, come and chomp, chomp, chomp. They will eat up and kill any bacteria, anything that they find that's small enough to do that. They live in mucus-filled places, so places like your nose and places like inside your mouth. So if anything goes in, these lysosomes chomp, 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 get rid of it. Mucus is another barrier, because what happens if something goes up your nose? You're going to sneeze it out. So all that mucus is actually protecting you by getting rid of viruses and bacteria, which is why it's so important if you sneeze or blow your nose into a tissue, into the bin. Okay. Next one is the cilia, or the hairs that you've got. Now these things, if you get a little virus coming in, okay, then there's little hairs that just brush it out. They literally, like a little broom, they sweep it out. It's really nice. And they're called cilia, or hairs. If something gets past the mucus in your mouth and gets swallowed and goes into your stomach, we have another layer of defense here. What is it? That's right, it's hydrochloric acid. Our stomach is full of hydrochloric acid. It's pH 2, really acidic, really nasty. The stomach has no nerve endings in, because otherwise you would be in pain all the time because of all the acid and the proteases in there. But it's really good because this acid will kill most things Not everything, which is why you still get food poisoning, but it will kill a lot. And the final one is contraception, basically. One way of getting people ill is through sexually transmitted diseases. So if you use a barrier method, such as a condom, that works as a physical barrier, that's why it's called a barrier method, so that your body fluids don't mix and you don't get ill. So what we're going to do is we're going to make some notes on that. So to recap, skin is a physical barrier and it stops the pathogens from entering the body. They can't get through this lovely, waxy, waterproof epidermal layer of yours unless it's broken. So if you've got a cut or a graze, or if blood can come out, pathogens can get in. The next one is lysosomes. These are enzymes that are released to digest foreign bodies. They are found in the mucus and in the immune system. And we're going to do more about the immune system next lesson. Mucus. So mucus catches all the pathogens up inside it and then expels them from your body. So if you think of, I don't have any jelly in the house or I would have done this. So it's like if you can imagine something trying to get through jelly, it gets stuck in the jelly and then the jelly gets pushed out. The cilia can push it out, or you can have a sneeze or something like that to get rid of the things like snot. There are plenty of other examples. I'm sure you can think of a few, but snot is the one that I'm going to give you. So cilia and hairs. Hairs, like the ones that you've got at the end of your nose, they're more of just a barrier, but cilia are kind of like hair-like appendages on cells. So kind of if you see my fingers here, yeah, these are like cilia. They're swaying and they're brushing. And if a little pathogen tries to get in, they go, ha, no, off you go. The pathogen's like, no, I'm going to try again. Ha, no, off you go. Okay, that's what cilia are doing. They look a bit like hairs on the cell, but they're a part of the cell and they push the pathogen out. Stomach acid. Our stomach acid is hydrochloric acid at pH 2. And this will dissolve almost all pathogens. Just before we stop filming, I'm just going to put hydrochloric acid is HCl. So make sure you do a small L for hydrochloric acid, capital H, and then Cl for chlorine. It dissolves almost all pathogens. Our stomach is amazing. If it doesn't dissolve it, you usually end up with a tummy upset. STDs, which are sexually transmitted diseases, and they're caused by fluid exchange. These can be stopped with a barrier contraceptive, such as a condom, although there are other ones out there. Okay, then year 10. So that's all you need to know about physical and chemical barriers. You have a worksheet to complete on that now. I look forward to see how you get on with that. And also, if you did the dirty bread experiment, let me know how clean and dirty your hands were as well, because I'd like to see that. Okay, till next time, take care and stay safe. Bye.